If you don't like the changes that we've made, I say the door is open and you can leave.
Listen here, shitstormer. Do you really think that people aren't leaving because they don't want to? Oh, no, sweetheart. People want to leave. But because you the country up so much, no can afford to leave.
I'm 19, I've booked a one-way flight to Thailand that leaves in 24 hours. I've quit my job and I'm leaving all my friends and family behind, and I'm finally leaving the UK.
And there's so many reasons why I will never return. Number one, it's just a miserable place to be.
Let's be honest, it's the cost of living. I've been back in the UK less than 12 hours and I've already spent a small fortune.
The job market is terrible. The housing market is terrible. No quality of life.
It's unsafe. You can't even walk down the road holding your phone without fear of someone stealing it.
We worked all the time, the bills were going up, car insurance was going up, Tesco shops were going up, and we had to work more to earn more.
On top of that, you are taxed so much on everything.
Leaving the UK has been the best decision I've ever made for my health, because the UK was quite literally making me sick.
Staying here at the minute is just not viable because we're having to work 9 to 5 jobs, also while trying to pursue a dream. And doing that in the UK is just near impossible nowadays.
It's a horrible feeling, you know, feeling stuck, feeling like you can't afford to live the life you want to live. You know, it's not a good thing for anybody.
I think the UK makes it impossible for you to live your life. So we left. And this is now our life.
Welcome back to Brit Rants, where we say what everyone's thinking in a country people are now desperate to leave. More and more Brits are packing up and flying out, not for adventure, but for survival. Because what's left here? Sky-high rent, crippling bills, a broken NHS, wages that don't cover a life, and a political class more interested in playing games than fixing anything. People aren't leaving for luxury, they're leaving because they've lost hope. Families, graduates, skilled workers, they're walking away from the country they once called home, because Britain doesn't feel like home anymore. Today, we're diving into the TikToks of those who've had enough, and the brutal truth behind Britain's brain drain. If you've ever thought about leaving too, hit subscribe. You're not alone, and it's time we start talking about why.
If you don't like the changes that we've made, I say the door is open and you can leave.
Wow. Just wow. Wow. My God, he don't half have a face you want to punch, doesn't he? Listen here, Starmer. Do you really think that people aren't leaving because they don't want to? Oh, no, sweetheart. People want to leave. But because you the country up so much, no can afford to leave. But you already know that, don't you? Because you're doing all of this on purpose. Now, although you are getting told by a higher source what to do, you still have your own choices. And you are choosing to make our life miserable. You are choosing for us to have to stay here because you want us all to abide by your ridiculous rules. Well, guess what, sweetheart? I'm not abiding by them. And I am also not going anywhere. I left my 16-year life behind in Spain to come back home. And I'm staying here. If I have to stand here and fight for my home for the rest of my life, then I will do so, because I'm no coward. I'm not running away, because I ain't scared of you or any of them. Now, I'm not saying that if you are a mum or a dad and you have children and you want to take them abroad to give them a better life instead of staying here in this shit pit, that you're a coward. I'm not saying that at all. I understand completely why you want to do that. Just me personally, who doesn't have anyone apart from my mum and my partner to keep safe, I'm not going anywhere. I'm staying right here. How about, right, this is just a thought now, okay? How about you do something good for your people, for us, for a change, and our country, and help us out financially to leave? I mean, you're giving all the money to the immigrants, so you must be pretty well off. Which means you most definitely can afford to help your own people to get the out of here if we need to. But of course, you won't do that, will you? And if the door was open, and it was as simple as that for us to leave, then trust me, every single one of us would have kicked your stinking right out of it. But because we are citizens, there is nothing we can do about this situation. Only the government can do that, and they ain't going to do anything anyway, are they? Let's be real. Because they're all corrupt. They're all eating the same cake. Is that saying? Well, is now. Unbelievable. Just demons, the lot of them.
Let me give you 3 reasons why I would not be moving back to the UK anytime soon. Reason number 1. Let's be honest, it's the cost of living. I've been back in the UK less than 12 hours and I've already spent a small fortune. It's absolutely ridiculous. The price of food, the price of taxis, just the price of living in general. Reason number 2 would be the weather. Obviously in Spain, in Benidorm, most of the year it's blue skies, warm weather, and the vibes are just mental. Absolutely amazing. Believe it or not though, it is actually decent weather in the UK today, blue skies. I couldn't believe it myself when I woke up this morning. And reason number 3, if I'm being completely honest, it's just the quality of life. People are so much nicer in Spain than they are in the UK. I get it though, it's miserable. Most days you wake up in the UK, it's grey, it's raining, it's cold, so I totally get it. There are 3 reasons why I wouldn't probably move back to the UK anytime soon. Let me know if you guys agree with me, and if you've got any other reasons why you would move away from the UK, I'd love to hear them.
This is why I left the UK permanently, and I'm never going to return. I live in Thailand now. I've lived here for the last 2 years, but I actually left the UK 6 years ago, and there's so many reasons why I will never return. Number 1, it's just a miserable place to be. The sky is always grey, it's raining almost all of the time, sometimes even in the summer, and it affects the mood of the people, so it makes people miserable. I enjoy being in sunshine, and I don't like waiting to go on holiday every time to do it. I want to literally live in this condition. The second thing is everybody in the UK is just scraping to get by. The cost of living is through the roof. You don't get much for your money, and on top of that you are taxed so much on everything. Like, you can barely breathe without being taxed in the UK, whereas there are countries like Thailand where your money goes a lot further and you can live a really good quality of life. And the final thing is safety. In the UK you cannot walk down the street without the fear of your phone getting snatched out of your hand, and as a woman I would not walk alone at night in the UK, whereas here I feel so safe. Never had anything stolen. I've never had any sexual harassment in the street from men. I feel so safe here, and why would I want to go back to a place where I feel unsafe, where it's always grey and where I've got no money because I'm being taxed so heavily?
Leaving the UK has been the best decision I've ever made for my health, because the UK was quite literally making me sick. I thought that I had all of these autoimmune diseases when I was living in the UK because I was constantly tired and fatigued. I was constantly getting ill. I constantly had anxiety. I just didn't feel my best self, despite being somebody who is always health conscious, always eating the right things, always going to the gym, always getting 8 hours of sleep. And it was so draining to a point that I was focusing on my health so much and wasn't really getting the results that I should have been. And it was just frustrating me so much and giving me even more anxiety, because I was like, what the hell is wrong with me? I had severe acne. I struggled with bloating because my cortisol was so high. Yes, I went to the gym, but it was really difficult to get my steps in because, you know, walking in the UK is not where it's at. So freezing. And since leaving the UK, I'm doing like 20,000 steps every single day. My skin is the softest and clearest it's ever been. This is just scarring. Like, I had such bad acne. You can see from the scar in here. I am the skinniest I have been in years. I have so much energy. I never thought I would have this amount of energy. I just put it down to I'm just not somebody who's got a lot of energy, despite, you know, getting 8 hours of sleep and trying to stay off my phone before I go to sleep and stuff. I just always felt drained and tired, and I just kind of gave up on that. I thought, okay, that's just me as a person. Not here. I can work till late at night. I can get up early in the morning. I feel fresh. Doesn't matter. Like, even if I get less sleep now, I'm still got the energy because I'm constantly outside. I'm constantly getting fresh air, sunlight. And that's just reason 101 why the UK is just such a depressing place to live in. And because it is like that, and because it is so miserable, it is affecting your health and your body in so many ways that you probably didn't even realize.
All right, me and my 2 childhood friends have literally just quit our jobs and we've got a one-way ticket to Thailand, and we go on the 31st of March.
Let's go!
Because we think staying here at the minute is just not viable, because we're having to work 9-to-5 jobs also while trying to pursue a dream. And doing that in the UK is just near impossible nowadays. Just with the cost of living, the weather is normally shit. The quality of life here is just not good. Everyone's miserable. No one really wants to see you do well either. And that's why we're going to go. So our other friend isn't here right now, but
Working.
yeah, he's working. That's the reason why we have to go, so we can actually pursue it, because we all can't be together and doing it all the time, because we obviously have other commitments and we need to survive. So if you do want to follow the journey, just follow this account, and we're going to be posting pretty much every day until we go, and then every day after that. But all right, see you guys later.
So over the last couple of weeks, I've received a lot of messages and comments from people who are desperate to leave the UK. And obviously this is something that resonates with me. This is how I was feeling a little under a year ago. And it's a horrible feeling, you know, feeling stuck, feeling like you can't afford to live the life you want to live. You know, it's not a good thing for anybody. And the thing that really comes across in most of these messages and comments is that people want to escape and they don't know where to start or how to do it. You know, how could you possibly afford it? Where do you go? How do you set up a new life? The list goes on. How do you find work? And obviously a lot of people ask me these questions, and the simple answer is that there is no one solution. You know, for a lot of us, leaving the UK means jumping into the unknown. It's fine. Some people have jobs already set up, or they've already got enough money to invest in another country, but that isn't the case for everyone, and it wasn't the case for me. For me, it was just, do I stay in a place that's destroying me, or do I take the plunge regardless of whether I can afford it, or regardless of whether it'll work or not? You know, at the end of the day, the worst that could have happened is I try and I fail. So, you know, if you're thinking about leaving the UK and you don't know where to start and you don't know if it's going to work, the only advice I can give is that you just have to trust yourself, that you're going to do the very, very best that you can with the situation, that you'll try to make it work, and if it doesn't work, then at least you know that you tried.
I'm leaving the UK and I'm moving to a different country. Now, I've lived in London for about 10 years or so, and when I first moved here, it was so exciting. There were so many opportunities, and it was just an amazing place to be. But after the thing that happened where we couldn't leave our houses, things just changed. Like, London has never been the same. The UK has never been the same. It's unsafe. You can't even walk down the road holding your phone without fear of someone stealing it. And I've just felt so uninspired from a work perspective, but also just living my life. I've just felt like I've been living in four walls. I haven't really been inspired to do anything, and I haven't pushed myself, and I haven't grown as a person. Because of that, I knew that something really big needed to change. And that is moving to a different country. So come with me and let's move country.
The flights are booked. The packing has begun. We've got to do a couple of things before we leave, like defrost the fridge, the freezer, the wine cooler. And this took me days. It was thick ice. I'll definitely miss this apartment. We had to leave for our flight at about 5 a.m. So we had to lock up, get in the car and head to Heathrow Airport. We had quite a lot of bags to check in, and then it was time to board our flight. This plane is absolutely humongous. I definitely won't miss the UK rainy weather. And after 6 hours, we landed. It was time to get our bags, head in a car and head to the hotel. We've landed. We're in the hotel, and I have now officially moved to Dubai. That's right. We are living permanently in Dubai. Now, I first visited Dubai about 8 years ago with my family, and I was just blown away with this place. We just had the most incredible time, and I really could see myself living here. My auntie's lived here for, I think, like 20 years or something, and she's always told me, this is the place you want to move. This is where it's happening. This is where the world is moving. And she was right. It's sunny all year round here, which is something I've been desperately missing in the UK. It's one of the safest cities in the world. You can leave a watch or a handbag on the side in a restaurant and no one will even look at it. There is zero tax. That's right. You pay zero tax here. The opportunities here are absolutely endless. I'm so excited to be here. I just can't wait to get going filming. I'm buzzing to make this video. So the next thing we need to do is find an apartment to live in. So make sure you're following, and let's find an apartment.
Guys, I urge you to leave the UK. There is zero opportunity in the UK left. Hear me out. The job market is terrible. The housing market is terrible. No quality of life. Less than 2 weeks of sunshine, like the whole year round. Really, look at the quality of life here in Southeast Asia, in Bali. Really enjoying the lifestyle here.
You know, I'm sat here in the sweltering heat, melting, It's lovely. It's absolutely gorgeous. But sometimes I think, why? Why am I doing it? Why am I sat here sweating me bollocks off, working, grafting, for what? So the government can take their cut. Do you know what I mean? But maybe I ought to go over to France and then come back over on a dinghy. Because then at least I get 5 years rent paid, council tax paid, gas, electric, water rates, TV licence. Do you know what I mean? And the benefits. Do you know what I mean? It's like, fucking hell, man. When are we going to get some help here? Working our fucking bollocks off. Day in, day out. I got paid last month. I was skint after 2.5 weeks. I've had to do a week and a half.
Life is so hard when you're out here in Thailand. It's at moments like this where I'm walking along the beach, crystal clear water in the Andaman Sea, 35-degree sun, and I just wish I was sitting in an office block in Canary Wharf. I've just been sipping from a coconut underneath a palm tree. To get here, I took my moped along these windy, beautiful roads surrounded by jungle. I check the stories on my Insta feed every few days because I have absolutely no reason to be going on social media when I'm here. And I can see my mates back home. It's grey, it's snowy, and I just wish I was there. But seriously, I've met a lot of people out here, mainly from Europe, and they live this lifestyle where they come here for the winter. If you can get yourself in a position where you can do summer in Europe and then winter here, why would you not do it? Winter in Europe is completely bleak. And if you have the opportunity to skip it and have this, take that opportunity. If you can get a remote job and work out here, take that opportunity. If you can work for 6 months back in the UK, save up and then come out here, take that opportunity too. Just go for it. Drop a follow for more.
Keep getting comments from people like, I can't believe you're moving to Australia. Won't you miss home? Can't believe you're going. What made you go? And I'm just here thinking, are we on different planets? What is actually good about this country? Please enlighten me. The only thing that people have actually been able to say to me, which I can kind of get, is family. That has been the one and only thing people have been able to say to me when I'm like, why would you not want to go? And I do get it, people want to be close to their families and it's good to be around your family and stuff. I completely get that, but other than families, please tell me what is keeping you here. Especially more so for me and Aaron, because we haven't got any kids. We've got no children, it's just us two. So what would be keeping us in this country? We're going to be moving somewhere where there's generally better weather. Today, it's rainy, it's wet, it's just shit. What can you actually do with your time? Unless you want to go out to eat, in which case you go out for eat. Again, the food isn't great, the service is crap, there is nothing to do. Unless you want to go out drinking all the time, which makes you feel like crap and isn't even enjoyable. What else is there actually to do? We're going to be moving somewhere with better weather, better job opportunities, better work-life balance, healthier lifestyle. Sunshine generally makes people happier anyway. Because the weather's better, there's so much more you can do with your time. Why would we not want to? I know that my family are here and obviously Aaron's family are here, but that isn't enough to keep us. So if anyone's got any good reasons why they want to stay in the UK or why they love living in the UK, why they wouldn't want to move, please enlighten me, because not a single person has been able to question when I've said, why should I stay in the UK or what's good about it? But they seem so shocked that I'm willing to move to Australia, when to me it's just a no-brainer, to be honest. So yeah, if you've got any reasons that you think are valid reasons of why it's good to live in the UK, let me know, because I can't think of a single one other than family.
Something that I'm seeing a lot of on my For You page at the moment, people talking about leaving London, or why they should leave London, or why the UK generally. And as someone who moved to London 5 or 6 years ago, I'm really interested in this. I obviously have a lot of love for London as a migrant, as someone who moved here because I thought the city had a lot to offer. But obviously, I do feel like something has changed. I do feel like compared to 5, 6, even 10 years ago, something has changed in how people, especially young people, feel about London. London's always been an expensive city. It's always been great. It's, so what is it about this current moment that's making people really, really want to leave? I have a theory, but I want to know what you think as well. My theory is that the behavior of leaders and leadership over the COVID pandemic, the lockdowns, and the last few years has really revealed the corruption and has broken the social contract that the state has with the people in a way that people can't look away from. The trust has been broken between the state and its people. It's gotten to the point where people don't feel like anything they can do. There's like a disenchantment that people don't feel there's anything they can do to change the system for the better because they feel like things are so corrupt. Now, that's just the theory I have. What do you think?
So my girlfriend and I have decided to quit our jobs and leave the UK in 10 days' time to go travelling around Southeast Asia and then move on to Australia. Now, other than friends and family, I don't think there is that much left in the UK for me. The quality of life is depressing. Nobody here wants to see you do well. It's just such a negative culture now. The weather is shit. And yeah, we just think that this is the right choice for us. We're taking a risk that I feel most people are quite scared to take, in all honesty. But we think it's the right choice for us, so that's why we're doing it. I'm going to document the whole thing on here, so follow me and just see what we get up to, yeah.
Having a real emotional moment, a pinch me moment of how far we've come. We left the UK in December 2023 because we were drowning. We didn't spend any time with our kids. We worked all of the time. The bills were going up. Car insurance was going up. Tesco shops were going up. And we had to work more to earn more, to live the life that we had created. And quite frankly, we just had enough. And I was pregnant with my third baby. And I thought, how am I going to cope with another child and spend time with my kids and be a good mother, be a good wife, and run a house, work, earn money? And quite frankly, it's impossible. I think the UK makes it impossible for you to live your life. So we left. And this is now our life. We've moved to Bali. Well, we're travelling the world, but we're stopping in Bali for a year. And we earn money passively. We have passive income. We don't do a 9-to-5. We get to spend time with our kids. We have a private beach cabana today, a secluded beach. And we've just spent the day together being present. It's wholesome. It's lovely. And everyone says to me, the grass isn't greener. Now I'm here to tell you, this is our grass, and it is greener.
I'm 19, I've booked a one-way flight to Thailand that leaves in 24 hours. I've quit my job and I'm leaving all my friends and family behind, and I'm finally leaving the UK. I'm looking forward to just being free of expectation and not being held to what I'd done 7 years ago back in secondary school, and everyone just in the UK is just so toxic. In the UK, when you grow up and mature and you do better and you start seeing success, people just hate on you and they'll hold you accountable for things you've done like 7 years ago in secondary school. That's why I'm taking a risk and leaving everything behind and going to the other side of the world in Southeast Asia to start this new life. I mean, it's raining in July in England and you're paying £2 for a bottle of Coke. So take that risk, leave everything behind and just go. Follow me to see my journey as a 19-year-old in Thailand.
No, I did not move back to the UK, and nor will I ever move back to the UK in his way. I made a bit of a confusing video the other day, so I'm going to clear it up. I do not live in the UK because I want to be a stay-at-home mum, and I could never afford to do that if I lived in the UK. Everything is too expensive, and the weather is depressing, and I don't really have any friends. Most of my family don't live there anymore. I moved to Mauritius, where I have a dog, 3 cats, and 4 chickens. For the same amount that I would be paying rent in the UK, we have a 4-bedroom house with a garden and a pool on the ocean, with a gardener and a cleaning lady and a nanny. Mauritius has been inviting expats for a while now. You can get a premium visa here, it's free and it's really easy. They let you live here for a year and then you can renew and stay another year. I've got friends here who work in property and they are saying loads of people from Europe are moving in because of the cost of living crisis. It's what I made a video about the other day. I still own my studio flat in London. I have someone living there, so I'm renting it out. So that covers the mortgage and the bills. I don't make anything on top of that. It's so expensive. And that's what I was making the video out. So once a year or so, I have to go through all my finances and look at how much things have gone up, council tax, bills, blah, blah. So I have to move the rent up a little tiny bit each year to cover it. And it's just insane. I was able to move because I'm now a freelance writer. The accountants are there. You can actually really help me. I don't really know what to do about this situation because I still pay UK taxes, even though I haven't lived there for 2 years now. On paper, I still live there. So I should declare that I don't live there anymore at some point. I don't really know what's involved in that or how to do it. But anyway, don't worry, Kristen, I would never leave my chickens. Okay, bye.
Why did I move back from England
to Cape Town, South Africa with my British husband? The answer is very, very simple. I don't owe anyone an explanation, but I'm going to give you guys a few hints of why I moved back. Number one, the weather, of course. I absolutely miss seeing the sun. It just makes me so much happier. I am not a winter girl. I've always not been a winter girl. Number two, the food. The food is so much better in South Africa. And number three, the people. There is no people on the planet like South Africa. Honestly, we are the most friendliest people you will ever find in all your life. And was it a blessing for me to move to the UK? 100%. It showed me what I didn't want to be like. It showed me what I missed and took for granted all this time. And having said that, I definitely don't have anything against the UK. I don't think that you should go and live in the UK with the intention, especially if you've just arrived there and you're watching this video. I don't want you to think, you're going to get bullied, or you might move there and you would like everything that I've just mentioned that I didn't like. It's not a competition. It's an individual choice. I get so many messages from expats around the world saying they want to move back as well. They're in the process of moving back. There's no place like home. But the reality is, Tom and myself, my husband, if you are new on this page, we weighed up our pros and cons, and we actually found out that we could have a better life here in terms of my mental health, number one. Number two, I just wanted to be happy again. I lost myself. When I say lost myself, I had to pretend to be something that I'm not, because the minute you are yourself in a foreign country, you will hear that that's not how we do things here, and that's fine. It might work for other people, but for 7 years, it was just a constant moving back and forth. And I feel like a lot of people think that Tom and myself just planned this over the past couple of months. We've actually spoken to our close friends and family about this for years. The plan was always there, and Tom and myself were very careful about our plans. We did save up a bit of money. We bought a house on purpose so that we could make some profit off it and come back here with some money, and just live a better life. For you, a better life might be living in the UK and all of those things. For me, the pros and the cons looks different for everyone, and I do appreciate people who move abroad for a better life, because if I had to do it all over again, I probably would. But I think there's a time and place where you have to be honest with yourself and ask yourself, are you happy? And if the answer is no, only you can make that decision. I've just had so many different conversations with people wanting to move back, asking me for my advice, and I said to them the following: please do not quote me on my experiences in Cape Town, South Africa. Please, if you come back, make sure you do your own research based on where you're going to live. If you're going to move to Durban or you're going to move to Joburg, that's very different from Cape Town. And even within Cape Town, you have the Cape Flats, you have townships, you have the suburbs, you have Camps Bay, you have different places. So no matter what, we're all going to have different experiences. I am very grateful that the UK took me in. It gave me a very, very good life. It made me very, very stable in life. It matured me into this young woman that I am today. It gave me a very good husband as well. But the reality is, I just love my country, and I'm very passionate about South Africa. And I'm never, ever going to let anyone tell me otherwise. I love being back here. And just in the first month, we've been back for a month, I've already made 5 South African friends. I couldn't do that in the 7 years that I was in the UK. I'm not saying I didn't have British friends, but it took long to make those friends. So my opinion is, before you want to pack up and leave whichever country you live in, make sure that you weigh out your pros and cons. If the answer is stay abroad, then stay abroad. I'm not here to encourage anyone to move back. This is my story. This is my experience. If you feel like you've had a different experience and you never want to leave the UK or America or wherever, make your own video and then you tell your followers what your experience is. This is my experience, and I absolutely love being back home. I am very proudly South African. I love this country with all my being. I don't know how to love another country. I don't know how to do that. I will always say to Tom that the UK will always have a special place in my heart, but there is no place like South Africa, and that's the truth. And that's the reason why we came back, for a better life. To some, it might sound like a joke, and to some, it might make sense. Only you will know what a better life looks like to you. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Bye.
This isn't just a few people leaving for better weather. This is an exodus. A quiet vote of no confidence in a system that's failed us. When the people who build a country decide they're better off elsewhere, something's seriously wrong. And while the media blames laziness or lack of patriotism, we know the truth. Brits aren't quitting the country quit on them first. So if you're staying and fighting or planning your escape, tell us why in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe, because whether we're in the UK or watching from abroad, Brit Rants is where we speak the truth they try to bury.